This is my first Tinder date, and it's awful. So I'm in Virginia. We have the state fair around the end of September to the beginning of October. I, F18, matched with this boy, M19. We were talking for a while before we actually linked up. Well, the second week of the state fair comes around and he asks if I wanted to go. I said, sure, why not? I wanted to go see the animals and he wanted to go for the food. We set the plan and date, and we were going to meet at Buffalo Wild Wings before we went. As we come to our table, the server asks what we wanted. I got mozzarella sticks and a Mountain Dew. He got wings, a hot dog, and some other things as well. After we finish eating, the server brings us our check. She put it on one, and so he paid for it and demanded me to pay him back for my $10 meal. I laughed it off, okay? We drive separately to the state fair. He's following me. We park and meet back up as we do. We start walking to the entrance of the fair to get our tickets, and as we are, he looks at me and says, "If anybody asks, you're my sister." When we get to the stand, I paid for him to get in. After we get in, we got to the main part of the fair and look around to see what to do. Well, I asked him if we could go see the cows, and he jokingly said, "We already are, you're beside me," calling me a cow because of how big I am. I'm definitely not skinny. I am about 250 lbs. So as we go to see the animals, we pass by a couple places to get him some sweet food to eat. I don't eat any of them. I wasn't hungry after he just called me out on how big I was. We walk around looking at the animals, and on the way back to the main part of the fair, I was walking a little bit behind him, and he's taking a picture of himself. So he says, "Can you move? I'm trying to take a picture for my streaks and hose." So I did, in utterly disgust. He also then showed me all of the girls that were mad that they didn't get an invite, which was extremely rude. We go to this inside part where they have clothing stands, and I look at this sweatshirt. I ask the man if they had a 2XL in it because women clothes run small for me. And as he's looking, the guy I am with laughs at me. I buy the sweatshirt and we walk around more. Well, we sat down and I was snapping my best friend, F18, and he seen her and asked if he could get her snap. I immediately said no. He got fussy about that, which I didn't care at all. About 15 minutes go by and we started walking around the fair again, and he goes to the stand to get food like a full meal and makes me watch him eat it. And says, "I don't pay until the third date." At this point, I really wanted to leave, but I didn't just to be nice. Also, whenever he would eat or we were talking, he would always complain about his toothache that he had. The entire time. I was very much fed up of it all. Towards the end of the night, we were leaving, and he wanted a deep-fried Oreo before we left. So we were walking over to the stand and waited in line. After that, I told him I needed to use the bathroom, so we go to the bathroom, he hold my stuff, and when I get out, he has to go too. I hold all of his junk. When he gets out, he tries to call me princess. I was even more disgusted. Don't call me pet names when you were a douche to me all night. We finally walk to our cars, and he does a gentleman thing. He walks me to my car because we parked about 2 rows away from each other. He watched me get in my car, and my car bounced for a second, and he made a snarky comment of, "Damn all the weight of you lowered your car," that pissed me off so much. We go our separate ways. Well, after that, I was so mad about everything that happened, I texted my best friend to tell her she gets mad and asks for his snap. I give it to her, and they have a conversation. She is going off on this man, and he just acts like he was in the right there when he wasn't all. We got into an argument, and I said, "At least I wasn't talking about my toothache the entire time." And he responded with, "Maybe you should say something about what I can't change, but you can change." Telling me I need to lose weight, but I also had braces in middle school, so I do believe you can change your teeth.